Hi, my name is Mr. Wade, and today we're going to look at a piece called Ode to Joy. We'll hear it with me playing with the backing track first, then we'll look at it a bit more in detail and give you a few hints and tips on how best to play it. Then we're going to play it with the backing track only, with the music on the screen, so you can practice along at home. So first of all, here it is with me playing with the backing track, and the music should be at the side so you can see. So now to look at the piece of music in a bit more detail. First of all, a bit about the history of it. Ode to Joy was composed by a man called Ludwig van Beethoven, and it's from his 9th symphony. A symphony is a big piece of music with 4 movements. This is the 4th movement of that. At the time when Beethoven composed this piece of music, he was totally deaf. He went deaf in his later life and really struggled with this. And at the time he was trying to compose the 9th Symphony, he was trying to find in his head the perfect melody. And it's said that this is what he thought the perfect melody was. It was called the Ode to Joy, and that part of it is the vocal part of it. This is the 4th movement, and the choir came in singing this song. It was the first time ever that a choir had been put into a symphony, and at the time the audiences were really surprised that there's a choir behind when they was listening to a symphony. And of course when it came in, they were really shocked. Beethoven himself didn't know how the audience would react to this. He conducted the first performance, and it's said that after the concert had finished, he daredn't turn round, and he didn't know how the audience would react. But of course they gave him a standing ovation, and it was a great success. And afterwards it's actually said that he came out of his house a lot more, because before that he was quite a recluse. So that's a bit more about the history of the piece of music. Now let's look at the actual music in detail. So now let's have a closer look at the piece of music and how best to play it. On here we've got a style in a grand noble style. I think this means that we give our crotchets a good full length when you're playing them. You need to tongue them, but give them a nice good full length. At the beginning we've got the 4 bars rest. If you're not sure how to count 4 bars rest, this is the introduction on the backing track. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then you come in at a good forte. At the end of the first line, we've got a dotted crotchet quaver rhythm. Da, da, da. So that's 1.5 counts and a half count note, followed by a minim. Da, da, da. We've also got that rhythm here. Da, da, da. And at the very end. Da, da, da. We've got a couple of quaver bits that you might want just to practice. Dum, bum, bum, bum. Nicely clean tongued on these ones. And there. Now this is an interesting little bit here. On the music, we've got a G there, but we've also got a low G. Now you probably won't know this note, and on the recording, I didn't play the low note, I played the normal G, which is the one you probably know. If you fancy having a go at it, that's fine. It's a low note. For valves, it's 1st and 3rd, and if you're playing the trombone, it's 6th position. Here we have a tied note. Now that means those 2 crotchets are joined together, those E's. That little line there tells me they're joined together. And the difficulty is it's over the bar line. Bum, bum. So be careful about that one. Maybe worth just practicing that little section from there to try and get that bit right. Da, 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 da is how it should sound. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. It uses C to G. There's a nice little scale there, look. C, D, E, F and G coming backwards. So it uses C to G, which is the notes you know. Have a practice, and then when you're ready, have a go with the backing track. I'll put it on the screen with the music and the backing track playing in the background so you can practice it. So now, let's hear it with just the backing track and the music on the screen, and here it is. Well, I hope you've had fun today, learning a bit more about Ode to Joy, how best to play it, and hints and tips. And also, you've got the backing track with the music, so you can practice it at home. Have fun.